Hello and welcome. My name is Jordan, and I am here today to say that you are love worthy. Now, today I'm going to be talking about something that I think is pretty important and should be in most people's lives. Now, a lot of people, when they think of healing, they think, okay, healing, it must have been done in Jesus' time. He took care of that. Well, did you know that to this day, people heal in Jesus' name? A lot of people I've talked to about this say, oh, it's a hoax or they plan these things. But the truth is, it actually happens. And I actually wanted to come and tell a personal testimony about myself. I've had a few different stories growing up where I had just miraculous healings, and it can't be attributed to anything except for Jesus Christ. But I'm going to go over the one that I think was just very large impact in my life. And this all was started when I was about 12 years old or so. So when I was 12 years old, I started having really bad pains, cramps in my abdomen. So I went to the doctor. They said they didn't know what it was. Kind of went on from there. So I ended up having to go to an OBGYN due to the pain that I had. And they said I had a mass in my uterus, and they said they're not sure what the mass is from, but because I was so young that they wanted to wait a few months. Again, I think I was around 12. They wanted to wait a few months and see what happens. So we waited a few months. We went back to the OBGYN, and the OBGYN said, well, it's actually grown, but we don't want to do anything too fast. We're going to leave it alone for now. Come back in a few months. Came back a few months later, and they said, I'm sorry, it is still growing. We know that she is rather young, but the best thing that we should do is a hysterectomy at this point. So the way they explained it was that it was growing so rapidly um, that they were worried because of how quickly it had grown. I think they said it grew about 3 times the size that they were comfortable with, something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, so we go back there and they say, we need you to sign the release for a hysterectomy. And to be honest with you, at this point, I was like, I don't want kids. And I know that's terrible, but I wasn't really understanding the full magnitude of the situation going on. And also, it could have just been peace from God saying everything's going to be okay. In retrospect, I think that might have been a lot of it too. Because honestly, I really wasn't worried. So we're going to move on. We have a date set for the hysterectomy. Doctors don't know what to do. They've measured it. They know what they're going to take out, everything like that, okay? So we go to our church, and my mom brings me up to the front. She says, we need to pray for healing for you. And I say, okay. So everybody released their hands on me. They start praying, and to be honest, I didn't feel anything. So I went back home, didn't think anything of it. And I noticed that my mother was in the garage for a very long time. So I went outside to the garage and I found her crying on the ground. And I said, Mom, like, what's going on? Are you okay? And she just said, no, 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 I don't want you to see me like this. Leave, leave. And I said, no, I'm not going to leave. That's kind of the kid I was. I wouldn't leave people alone when they told them to. um, so she's sitting there and she's, I'm just really worried. You're going to have this procedure. You don't understand everything that's going to happen. It's going to be painful. And I love you. I don't want this to happen to you type deal. And she said all this in a very loving way. And I said, it's okay. God's got us. It's not a big deal. Everything's going to be okay. And she said she wanted to pray. And I said, sure. So we sat there, just me and my mom, and we started praying. And out of nowhere, I got this warmth, this just incredible warmth in my abdomen and in that area. And I just felt at peace, and it felt really good. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I felt God's presence for a moment. Well, the day comes where they have one final measurement that they're going to give to the surgeon for the hysterectomy. They take the ultrasound and they look and they say, I need to have another doctor in here. So another doctor comes in. They look and they say, I'm going to get one more doctor. So they bring in 3 separate doctors and they say that they said, ma'am, there is nothing here like it should be. There is no scarring tissue that there was anything ever here to begin with. If somebody showed me the before picture and the after picture, we would have thought that it was 2 separate people entirely. You should at least have scarring. And they just said, we don't know, but everything is fine. We're going to cancel the hysterectomy. And that was that. So that's my incredible story of just being healed fully and completely by God. Just me and my mom together, praying together in the garage after being prayed for at church, which I'm sure also helped the situation and helped with the healing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I've also been healed of other things that I can definitely go over in another video if anybody is interested. Um, so just don't give up. If you're waiting for a healing, if you're waiting for a miracle, ask God. Ask and you shall receive. Ask for healing of the causes that's causing these things to happen. A lot of the times when we have an emotional issue, it can actually manifest in physical problems, which I will be going over in the future. Well, that's all I had for you folks. I hope you got a little excited about that today and the prospect of healing. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, you are love worthy. Bye.